Hello, it's Jang here with a look at the LEGO Ninjago 2016 Tiger Widow Island set. Most of the mass of what you build up in this set is the large rock formation with the cave of the Tiger Widow kind of built into it, and then there's the temple up on top. And this has a fairly simple build with the number of pieces, but it looks very nice. Has some different techniques that are used for some of the texturing that they got in there, including little stud pieces that are just slightly revealed right there. Nice use of sword pieces and Exoforce arms. This is a small little action feature right here with just the removable elements. This is something you can actually use as a weapon. You can use it as a mace, but it's holding back a coconut bomb here, so you can put a couple of those in there in total, and when you pull this out, it's just gonna let that fall. I especially like how they added the torches in here that are kind of embedded into the side of the roof pieces, which are pieces that are usually used for the tops of cockpits of airplanes and helicopters from older sets. And then just going up to the top, a little bit more detailing, and the sun emblem up there. It's nice. Down below, meanwhile, there's a very nice face that's built up for the entrance to the cave there, and I appreciate how much foliage is included in this set. It wraps all the way around here. On the back of this is a handle element, which is actually connected to the top of the head. It's very nice. You lift this, and it lifts that. It has a nice little kind of a parabolic motion. I think it's an exponential geometric motion, so at first it only moves a little bit and then it increases. I like that progressiveness. And you can also open up the little mandibles, the jaws down beneath to gain you access all the way in there. That's nice. It's slick. The colors work for me. It's nicely done. Looking around the back of this, you see the inside. I'll just move that out of the way for the moment, but the inside doesn't have much going on. You know, the structure that holds up the temple up above, and a couple of these golden crystals that are off to the sides, and some of the bright, venomous looking elements. These are trans neon greenish yellow little cheese slope pieces, and this is actually a little beware of spider little sign that's there. And then looking at the back of the temple, I don't have the full information on what all this is just yet, because as of the time of the recording of this video, we're only up to episode 58, and the Ninja haven't gotten to Tiger Widow Island yet. So this is actually the map to Tiger Widow Island. I'm assuming that it's showing up here because this is the lantern. Notice it has some glitter elements in it, and they made it so it can actually swing back and forth, so there's some significance to that. And then on the side is a little parchment that gives instructions for how to get somebody out of the Sword of Souls, which includes getting a vial, getting the venom from the Tiger Widow, and also applying it looks like to the crystals that we found in the cave down below. Off to the side, there's a single supposedly vine element here, but this archway of stone is very nice, and I really like just the look of this section right here, this pillar that holds all this up. It just looks really cool. And it looks like Nia has the vial already, either for or with the venom in it. And this is a nice looking coconut palm tree with the upside down little bush elements that's used for the dead leaves around the edges. I like that. It's got a coconut in it as well. There's a crab that's up on the top of it, and there's a small little action feature here so that you can defend yourself if you've just run up here, or if you're about to come down and you're being attacked. You can just pull out a little pin over here on the side, and that will come falling down, so you can use that to hopefully hit somebody down below. I appreciate how they used the ball joints here for the kind of stair sort of element, this pathway, because you can move it around, and the base of it will always be completely flat because that can angle. Also has the ball joints down there, so that just kind of matches, and also the round shape here is nicer than doing it with just a square or something. They did the same thing over here. The Tiger Widow spider itself is interesting. I appreciate the mandible or pincer elements, whatever they're supposed to be. LEGO officially calls them pincers, but anatomically doesn't matter. It's all made up anyway. I don't like the overall look of the top kind of center section of it, but the back is phenomenal. How they did the abdomen, that is really, really cool, with the Samurai X headgear piece and the clip on it that's actually used to create the angle there, using the stud piece with the hole in it and the small barb that's added in there. That's just nice. And if you want to, you can take this off. You can actually use this, take the pincer elements out of here and put those together and use that as a helmet if you want to. The Pirate Flyer assembly here is pretty cool looking. It's nice to get those winglet pieces in a new color. I believe that's a new color with the dark orange for them. Kind of makes it look like the pistol elements are handles that are connected to those winglets, but of course they are not connected. This is all just completely separate, and they're actually there's a lot of articulation to these wings, so you can pose the wings in various different ways, but for the best look you want to keep that in contact with the pistol elements that are trying to look like handles, like he's actually holding on to them. The figure itself, you know, is just connected to the back. It's basically done as a backpack that goes around his neck. Has a couple of the new sword elements here, and they're used as aerodynamic elements, but you can just take one off. There's also an extra one of those included in the set. You can attach it to the back with that clip piece right there. I just recommend that if you want to fly around with this thing and keep it intact, just hold on to the minifigure. Don't hold on to the wings, because if you start grabbing the wings, as I already showed you, they can start going all over the place. It does look kind of cool to bring the wings up like this, but then what is he doing here? I guess, yeah, there's not really anything that's gonna get those handles to connect back up. So yeah, leave it down, hold it by the minifigure, and I think that's your best bet. Sensei Wu's hot air balloon here is pretty funny. It's scaled so small, but it gets the general idea across, and you can put the figure in there and you can drop coconuts from above, and it's got the little propeller that can actually spin on the back. And this is on an element that is able to turn, so you can adjust it how you want. That's nice. It doesn't, well, yeah, it does still spin, even at that angle. It's getting right to the edge of where it can go, but that's pretty cool. Clip pieces in sand green. Nice to get some of those. Always nice to get the sand whatever colors, because they're different and they're relatively uncommon. It's a micro build. Nah, it's a mini build, kind of a polybag style of build, but it's effective. I like it. It's kind of cute. Dogshank, on the other hand, is not cute. I've said many times before, I'm not a huge fan of big figs, but you can't do Dogshank not as a big fig. This is absolutely appropriate. It's exactly how they show her in the show, which is intentional. You know, they made the show version, the CG version, based on a big fig model, and that's perfect. You know, so you get the right size, you get the right look and everything. It's done pretty well, but this does kind of highlight one of the downsides of big figs. You don't have any leg articulation, so she's always going to be leaning down. She's basically looking down at a figure, at a regular minifigure, so you get that kind of thing going on. You can see her eyes are you know, basically facing down, but if you want her to look straight forward, then that just doesn't really work out. All you can move are the arms straight up and down, and you can rotate the hands around, and the hand can be used to hold on to a minifigure if you want to, or a brick, or anything that is the size of a bar, like a small sledgehammer with a chain and an anchor attached to it. Quite a crazy weapon. Yeah, don't wanna get on her bad side. And it's just got a couple of flagpoles, you know, banners attached to the back. You can see how the two colors of plastic are kind of molded together there. And that's it for this one. That's it for Dogshank. For the regular size figures in the set, left to right, it's Cole, Nia, Wu, and Squiffy. And for Squiffy, I just took the handles that he was already holding onto on his flyer and flipped them around, so now he's got flintlock pistols. Not flintlock the pirate figure, but flintlock pistols in the hands of Squiffy. Well, you get it anyway. New scabbards for the ninja that holds 2 swords each. Only Cole gets an alternate face out of these 3, unfortunately. There's a clearer look at the back prints on the torsos, and there's a clearer look at all the regular faces and the prints on the fronts of the torsos, including for Wu, which was obscured by his beard. The set also comes with the Sword of Souls, sometimes called the Jin Blade, and here it is expressing the power of Lloyd with the exclusive little print down there. Nothing else to see on the other side but the skull, and these are collectible. Overall, a pretty nice, proper play set with a lot of different things to do with the figures, a lot of space to play with and a lot of space to pose things and to come up with your own scenarios. Very satisfying builds, though. I really enjoyed putting the thing together. It didn't have that many parts, but the main island complex itself is very nice. Nice parts as well with some recolors and such. Overall, I'm pretty happy and pretty satisfied with this one. If you'd like to, feel free to share your thoughts about the set by leaving a comment down below on the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.